How to Make a Living from Music, and I'll be reading the part that is titled Performers. For the performer who records in the studio and performs live, the team can be considerably larger than that of a pure author, especially as success starts to become a reality. First of all, it's good to know that for some authors who might just be sitting down in their room writing their songs, they necessarily do not have to travel around or to interface with so many people. So of course, a performer who might also be an author and a performer might necessarily need to engage more people to work with in their team, because aside from writing their songs, they also have to travel around and do other things like performing and all. So I'll continue. The performing artist team could include all or some of the following. To begin with, the performer themselves will probably have to fulfill all of the above functions that are relevant. So this can be interpreted as a performer who is just starting in the industry, you might need to do everything yourself. So you might need to perform the role of a lawyer, the role of an accountant, the role of a publicist, the role of a manager, and all that is necessary for your career at first when you're just starting out. Or you might need to just get close family relatives. However, after that, you might need to then get more people to work with you for the efficiency of your career. Now I will continue. The first person to engage is usually the manager, who, as we will see in the artist management chapter, will manage and administer all of the business side of the artist's career. A performer will definitely need a manager, someone who can interface with others on their behalf. For people who are creatives, we know that most times we like to work in our heads and we like to just be in our creative space. Now, getting to interface with people or to negotiate and all might not be a strength that creatives have. And so having a manager is very important. In cases where you cannot negotiate for yourself, or you would be weak in putting your best foot forward when it comes to negotiating business, this person would be able to help you negotiate this. And so once you've come to that stage in your career where you're tired of singing indoors or doing things by yourself, you should start considering getting a manager. Now, if the artist signs to a third-party phonogram producer, and here they are referring to a record label, they would usually provide many of the services as shown above. So most likely the record label would offer some of these services that I'm about to call. This could include a publicist, a photographer, a graphic designer, a digital marketing director, and the plugger, someone who tries to get the artist's music on radio and television. An artist should try to get as much artistic control as possible in a third-party phonogram producer agreement so that they can approve photographs, artworks, studio producers, and digital campaigns, etc. Of course, go through your agreement, get an entertainment lawyer to also go through your agreement before signing an agreement with a record label. The reason why this is important is because you do not want to be signed and then you start complaining that they are not treating you properly, or they are asking you to do things that were actually included in the agreement but you didn't notice because you did not look at the agreement or did not understand it properly. There are several types of agreements that a record label can offer you, and you must be wise enough to get a lawyer to interpret what those clauses represent. Once again, the book for today is How to Make a Living from Music.